You walk on the elevator and there she is, the woman of your dreams. How do you start the conversation? You're walking through the airport and there's that guy. He is the CEO of that company you've admired for years and he's right there waiting for his flight. How do you start the conversation? Gentlemen, small talk leads to massive change. That's the point of today's video, is to teach you, give you 10 skills that you can use to start the conversation with anyone at any place at any time. Before I get into the 10 tips, gentlemen, let's talk about why conversation matters. Number one, human beings are social. You need to be able to interact with people, both for your personal and your professional life. Two, for a lot of us, it's not natural. I'm an introvert. It takes a lot of energy and it really saps a lot of strength from me to go out there and engage with a lot of people. So I like to have a system in place. And three, if you do it right, guys, you can actually be empowered. You can feel better about yourself when you engage in a conversation with others. There's a classic study of two groups of people on subways. One group was told, don't talk to anyone. The other group was said, engage and talk with the person next to you. What they found is the people that actually engaged and talked with others felt better, not only about the first few moments after they were having the conversation, but through their entire day. So if you're having a tough day, just start talking with people. It makes you feel better. Tip number one to starting a conversation with anyone at any place at any time, gentlemen, is to practice. I know it's, you want it to be simple, but it's not going to be, gentlemen. You've got to get out there and practice. It's like riding a bike. You can't read a book on riding a bike. Watch a whole bunch of videos on riding a bike and think that you can ride a bike. It doesn't work that way, gentlemen. You're going to have to fall down. You are going to go out there and fall flat on your face. You're going to start a conversation and it's just not going to go well. You're going to fail. Guys, that is part of practice. But like riding a bike, you're going to get better. You're going to fall down less often. You're going to build up the courage and the strength to continue and to get better. Now, tip number two, the start is the win. It's not about having a great conversation. It's simply about starting the conversation. You've started the conversation. You have accomplished mission. Yes, sometimes it's going to go better. Sometimes it's not going to go too well. But if you start, gentlemen, you've actually won already. Tip number three, be the guy that starts the conversation. You have to take the initiative. You can't depend on somebody else to start the conversation. If you are making eye contact with that person, then go over and start talking with them. Don't think that they're going to come over and talk to you. It happens a lot of times. People think, well, he should have started the conversation with me, or she should have. I was hoping that she would come up. Guys, be the guy that goes over there and starts the conversation. Tip number four, get their name. Use their name. Remember their name. Gentlemen, names are important. People love to hear their name. So make sure when you get their name that you remember it, you actually respond back to them using their name. Use some type of association. Use some type of trick to remember their name. Like I'll meet a guy named Jim. I noticed Jim is 6'4". He's a pretty big guy. Big Jim. That's how in my mind I'm going to remember him, and I practice saying his name a few times. Now, if you're in a non-social setting, you're in a business setting, try to get their business cards. I find that actually when I take their business card, oftentimes I can look at it, I then can put it in my pocket, and by saying it, by visually seeing it, and by having them and using that in the conversation, it helps me better remember the names. Tip number five for starting a great conversation is to smile and assume that they like you. When you assume that they like you, your body naturally opens up. You become just much more approachable. People pick up on this. When you smile, what happens? If you see a kid smiling at you, a baby smiling at you, what do? We naturally smile back. When you smile, you feel better. Use it to your advantage. Treat people like a friend. And all of a sudden, most people are going to mirror that back and they're going to start to treat you like a friend. And all of a sudden, you've got good feelings going between almost complete strangers, which leads to like great business relationships, great personal relationships, and guys, is a great way to start the conversation. Tip number six to starting the conversation is to ask simple, light questions. We're talking about, hey, you're going to ask about the weather. How did they get to the conference? Where are they coming from? Ask them about what do they think so far about the city that they're visiting. These are questions which are not going to be probing questions that no one is going to close up and wonder, what is this guy's motive? What is he trying to find out? Avoid the deep questions. Avoid, immediately him mentioning he has a company. Oh, well, what are your revenues? What are your profit numbers? You don't ask those questions right off the bat. You want to, just listen to the individual. And that is tip number 7. Just listen, and then you can ask deeper questions. After they've said a few things, you can show that you were listening and maybe ask, oh, you run a company that's coming out of Georgia that's in the design industry. Can you tell me a little bit more about what type of design? And they go deeper. And this person, all of a sudden, they start to realize, wow, this person is interested in me, because everyone loves it when you're interested in them. This person listens to me. They assume that your interest in them makes you interesting. And that's powerful, guys, because most people, when they go into a conversation, they immediately start talking. And this is tip number 8. Don't talk and hog the conversation. You know, you've been in a conversation with 5, 6 people, and one guy is talking 90% of the time. He always has something to say, something to brag about. We all love to talk about ourselves, but don't be that guy. Be the one that's sitting back, asking those great questions, not maybe going too deep, keeping it respectful, always trying to make other people sound and look good, because then soon enough, people are going to turn around and say, hey, well, can you tell me a little bit about you? And that is your chance to shine, to kind of throw it out there. This is when you put out your elevator pitch. At the same time, don't go for more than 2 minutes. If you start to go beyond 2 minutes, then wrap it up. And then if other people continue, hey, no, I want to hear more. Can you tell me more about this? That is what you're looking for. Tip number 9 for having a great conversation: know when to wrap up the conversation. All conversations end. And you need to have an exit plan, because sometimes you're having a great conversation. Other times you're talking with someone that you really don't have much in common with. Or sometimes worse, the conversation goes a direction you don't really plan and you're not interested in this anymore. Always have a way to exit out. Now, if you're in a business situation, you're talking to 4 or 5 people, always say, hey, I see someone I've got to go follow up with. I'm going to go get a drink. I'm going to go step over and use the bathroom. You don't have to necessarily say that, but you've got your reasons for stepping out of the conversation. In a social setting, you want to make sure, okay, you're talking with a group of people. You can just simply, again, you spot somebody, or you've got a place to be. Finally, tip number 10 to wrapping up a great conversation is to make a determination of who you want to follow up with. Okay, business is easy. You simply collect everyone's business cards. If they don't have business cards, you simply pull out your phone, say, hey, can I get your information right here? Hand them your phone. They enter their information right there, phone number, perhaps email address, and you can even call them right there to confirm that, hey, we've got each other's information. I'll follow up with you in 24 to 48 hours because I would love to make an introduction. Now, social settings are different. You guys know there's a lot of games played out there, but I would say that oftentimes say, can I get your number? Let's stay in touch. I would love to see you this coming Monday. So you said actually a time and you're already talking about it. Now, guys, I know there are games to be played and some of these conversations, they're going to go a little bit different path than what I talked. But hopefully in this video, you can use these 10 tips to take small talk to massive action, because it's at these small conversations that amazing business partnerships are started, that great personal relationships that could lead to you finding the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Guys, whatever it is, go out there and start the conversation. Now it's your turn. I want to hear from you down in the comments. How could I have made this video better? What did I miss? What would you have added to it? And definitely let me know if you've got any tips or tricks about getting the phone numbers, especially for you guys out there in the dating scene. Now, what actions to take out of this? 1, go grab my free app. Did you know I have an app that takes my entire website and makes it easy for you to be able to access on any type of mobile device? 2, go listen to my podcast. We're approaching 100 episodes. This is solid content, the Personal Image System podcast. I think it's one of the best kept secrets out there on iTunes. Guys, and if you're interested in a free course, the Personal Image Formula, you go through this course within 30 minutes, you're going to have the base foundation to start building your wardrobe. Gentlemen, that's it. Take care. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I really do appreciate you guys. And take care. I'll see you in the next video. Now be sure to sign up for email notifications. That way you can watch my videos when they first come out. Now, sometimes I offer exclusive deals that are time sensitive. So make sure that you never miss out on one by being part of the early notification squad.